Alright folks, welcome back here to the EU Challenger Cup. We got joined here again by Ranconius. How you doing, man? Welcome back.
Well, I'm okay, but I don't quite have the hair that you do. So I'm only okay. I'm not great. I'm okay.
I gotta bring something to the table, man.
Man, is that the new Kappa Pretty hair I see in the chat?
Dude, wait, what?
Is that Kappa Pretty hair I see over there in the chat? Oh no, wait, it's just Kappa Ross. Never mind.
No.
Oh.
I'm not
Anyway,
really,
let's.
I'm not the Bob Ross, I'm not on Bob Ross's level of flow yet. I don't think I ever will be. I don't got the genes
Anyway,
for that.
take us down the losing roads, roster man.
Alright, coming out for Losing Road, we have Caspanify on Freya alongside Unarity on Athena in the duo lane. We have a Soul mid coming out. Farraknik going to be playing that. We have iCreed on Bologna, likely going to be taking her into the solo lane here as we see Fenrir coming out on Hestrix, going to be bringing it up in the jungle.
Yeah, and on the opposite side of the status bar coming out of the Chaos side of the map, red health bars, and it's going to be Kirko on the Ho Yi, Samsa on Ares this time around, Zada once again on the Zeus, second time we've seen him today on that one, Resu on the Hun Bats this time instead of the Circuit in combo, and Kazpu is going to be solo laning the Xing Shen, so he's made his way back into this lineup, even though we didn't see God Select. There was a few issues, obviously, going down. There's been a few issues this week with the replays and what. So, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we couldn't bring that one too, but hey, Pretty hair's still pretty, and he still has pretty hair.
Yeah,
So
we're hanging out here. We're going to see a quick mid-camp split. One going to Losing Road, one going over to the side of Illusion. Both junglers are babysitting their mid laners right now as helping them clear their early lanes and then head on back to the back camps here. Typical slap fight over in solo lane.
Made even more so because Bologna's over there. It's just like slap, slap. God, that hammer just has some great sounds, right?
Yeah. Bologna, very hollow sounding weapons. Her sword is it sounds kind of dainty almost to me, but yeah.
Oh, anyway, Farrakrick's on the Soul in the mid lane. So just start talking to me a little bit about the Soul. I mean, I played her a little bit on release, but that's about it. And
yeah.
She's now on first week on competitive play.
So Soul, she was pretty freaking nuts on release. I'm sure most of y'all got a taste of that, but she has been brought down a little bit more in line with the rest of her mid counterparts. She has the potential to be played in multiple roles. She's got potential to play in the ADC role as her ability to just shred towers is really crazy. But like we said, most of her numbers have been brought down more in line with the rest of the pack. So we'll have to see how she plays out in this first week here in competitive.
Yeah, interesting. Certainly interesting to see her in the roster. I feel like her ultimate's still a little bit underperforming. I feel like I want her ultimate to do a lot more, but then again the rest of the kit just does so much that it's kind of like, well, it's not really an ultimate, it's kind of just like we needed an extra spell on her, but it needs to not have anywhere near the power that's on the rest of the kit, so it feels funky, but it's different, and I like that.
Yep, she's a fairly unique feeling character to play, and I like that. I agree with you that the ultimate can feel a little underwhelming at times, but I mean that's because her 2 can sometimes feel like an ultimate when you see the amount of damage it's able to chunk out of even some of the tankier characters. As we see Ares blink over the wall here, Fear No Evil coming out through, but not much follow-up damage is being able to brought through as they're able to get safely under their tower, and that's probably going to be the end of that.
At the same time, on the opposite side of the map as well, Kazpu at a gank coming through from Hestrix, sorry, and iCritics, they're going to back up? No, they're just looking for the mana buff right on spawn. So Resu, again, looking to focus early ganks towards the left-hand side of things, and, well, this is starting to be a little bit of a telltale sign for Illusion. The Losing Road might have been able to prep for it after seeing some earlier games, they might not have been, but predictability will not get you a spot in the SPL if that's what some of these teams want to play for.
That's right, all these teams are hungry. This tournament's still pretty much wide open. It's anyone's game at this point. As we see, you got a 3-man rotation to the purple buff as they're going to try and get to these mid camps, but these are going to go the way of Illusion, and they're looking like they want to make moves over to perhaps get both mid camps, which is something we haven't seen much today. Most of these have been going 1-1 splits.
Yeah, and with Fenrir hanging out in the right-hand side of the map at the same time as this as well, this is more than likely going to go the way of Team Illusion. You know, Zeus just so potent at securing those camps up. Look at how quickly he cleared that one out, man. It's just like, well, we're against the Zeus, let's not even contest them. They're trying to put pressure on the map, and I like that, but not being able to get enough done, and that's the crucial part. You're trying to gank a Xingqian, it's Xingqian. You ain't going to get that done.
Yeah, Xingqian, very, very resilient character, able to withstand a lot of punishment, especially put out in the early game. It's going to be very hard to bring him down. So mobile, so devastating.
Is it just me? They did get the deny on the opposing blue buff, so they stole away Kazbu's blue, and left one minion remaining on that camp. So he's got very little and very delayed blue buff camp as well. Very cheeky invade.
That's always the saddest feeling when you walk back and you just see like the one little sad minion creep there, just like, hey man, you're too late.
Mean, even for like checking the camp, because sometimes I'll walk around the corner and I'll be like, alright, yeah, I see one minion there, that's enough, and then you back up and you won't even check for that second minion. That in itself can sometimes be a telling. If it's the right minion as well, or in this case it was the left minion that was the crucial one, it was that left-hand minion, so, you know, it was the right one. If he had have missed that, looked for his blue, and then seen that there was pressure going back on his lane, maybe it would have resulted in a very, very delayed blue. This time, not really much happened.
Not much aggression coming out here in any lane yet. The jungler is just going to elect to head back here alongside Zeus, who's heading back here to finish off their first items. Taking a look at the builds here, we see Pen Boots come out for Zeus as well as the bead ones. That's very important to have online against a Fenrir who has not yet shown his ultimate in this game, but looking like they might want to start up the Gold Fury here as the majority of Team Illusion has just backed.
Yeah, looking for the taunt on towards Samsa. He's the focus stunned out, and unfortunately no escape turns into Samsa's no escape because he's the one that popped out of that one. And, well, really nice kill, really nice grouping, and really nice timing on the Zeus base led to that play.
Yeah, they didn't even need to blow an ultimate on it yet. There's just a lot of early burst damage coming out on that Ares, who has not yet had the chance to build a tanky item. He just got blown up there.
Yep, pretty standard early plays. Resu was looking for a little bit of early poke, seeing what he could get done in the mid lane.
Taking a look at the wards on the map, Losing Road already has 3 wards around the Gold Fury. That was what kind of gave them the confidence to set up a play like that against Ares. They knew kind of where everyone was, and they had vision of any rotations that might be coming in. As we see, speaking of rotations, Fear No Evil's going to come out onto 3. Zeus ultimate onto 3 as well.
Oh!
Gonna pop. That detonate's going to hit 3 charges on 2 targets, cleaning up Firenick and Hestrix.
And that was the thing that they couldn't get done before. Team Illusion were only able to ever get 1, maybe 2 stacks from the Zeus out. Perfect placement from that one. Resu, a really nice pitting ultimate. They comboed their ultimates well. They swing things back. They get left side harpies. They'll shove in a mid wave and they'll get right side harpies. That's 2 sets of both mid harpy counts in a row. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, great presence of mind there by Resu, not panicking when he got picked out by a lot of abilities. He was getting low health, but he kept his calm and he laid down a good ultimate, trusting his team to clean it up, and clean it up they did.
And it was patience as well on that ultimate. You pointed out, it's a good ultimate, that's key, but it was also the fact that you're right, he did get picked off a little bit first, waited, teams here, now ult. Separates off the chase further on towards him because no one was suddenly able to go through that choke point just on between the mid harpy camp and the Gold Fury. And that set it up perfectly for Zeta. That's a lot better. Now comes the no escape in the mid lane. Unarity's going to ultimate out just to make sure that he does not get CC'd underneath that tower to a certain death. Everyone escapes, a few ultimates down, and that's going to signal disengage.
Firenick a little bit in a precarious spot here, but the good thing about Soul is she's able to just immune most of that damage. She can actually use, if you're able to time it right, she'll be able to use that dash because she does go full immune. She won't be able to be pulled by things like Ares ult or feared by Fear No Evil. As we see Hestrix jump in here, good Ragnarok, going to take all the shots from that supernova, easily able to cleaned up. Firenick is going to be able to be cleaned up, unfortunately, by the overhand smash, as well as Samsa going to be finding a kill over onto Hestrix. That Ares damage proving to be too much for the young pup.
And I mean, that's the thing at the moment with Zeus. Because Spain, if he's going to get that ricochet dropped on towards him, he's forced to turn and fight. but there's an entire team here. No chains landed. Kirko really low. Kirko will fall down because Bainify's still fighting with Athena on his side. He's probably going to live. Resu goes deep. The ultimate for Chris Bainify. Does he have it? Does he have it? Overhand smash from Resu. Body blocks looking to come through, but there's the Scourge. That's what's going to do it up. Sam's is here. He's got Kazbu on the backside now. Kazbu might be able to turn it. That's that damage, but no, Sam's are already out of this one. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel does a lot of damage for Kazbu. Looking at Unarity this time around. One dash forward, one dash back. No, he didn't quite get the second one off there. Kazbu's still trying to run away. The bludgeon. A lot of damage on towards him. Both teams disengage.
Great stuff coming out there. I want to highlight something that I've really appreciated here coming out from these players. They're viewing their HP as a resource. They're all getting low in these fights, but they're not panicking. They're still using their abilities effectively. They're still buying time for their teammates to rotate in and get follow-up, cleanup kills in these fights. It's very important at high level to play the view. Your HP is a resource, you know. Even if you have 1 HP, that's 1 HP more than you need. It's important to stay brave and to dump your damage out that your team's going to need in these fights.
Yeah, and even baiting CC right to that last point of health. If they're chasing you down, if they're hunting you, and burning CC spells to not pick you up, that's cooldowns that they're not using on your teammates. That's cooldowns and damage that they're not dumping into your teammates. And it's time that they've wasted, essentially, if they can't quite pick you up. If they force you away from a fight, yeah, that's okay, but they have to turn off and pick off the right targets at the right time. Else, again, it's just cooldowns wasted. Really nice job from both teams.
Left mid camp's going to be picked up by Team Illusion as well as the right mid camps. Losing Road really not in position to take these mid camps, but they are in position to start up this Gold Fury, and they do have a lot of shred damage. A teleport coming through for Creed X. It's looking like they might be able to steal this through. Blink through coming from Ares. Huge ultimate hitting 3. Zeus ultimate hitting 3. Detonate killing 3, 4. Oh, just 3 there. Just a triple kill. Great job from Zada hitting a huge Zeus ultimate on the 3.
And I mean, you said it, they committed to the Gold Fury, and they committed way too hard. Oh, look at Farrakrick, he's got the 3 ticking, he will go immune fully. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel not quite going to catch him up. Oh, Farrakrick just gets eaten alive underneath the tower, dive by 5. And, well, 5 is way too many, and 4 kills for nothing coming through from Team Illusion.
Last game, we really questioned Zada's ability to use this Zeus effectively, landing multiple 3-charge detonates onto multiple people, but he's really shown us that he does have what it takes to land it this game. And Samsa really doing a great job throwing these no escapes off cooldown to try and keep the beads in check on the side of Losing Road.
Yeah, and I think more crucially, there's a lot more beads and there's a lot more beads burning and initiate power coming through from Team Illusion this time. Look at what they've got. Yes, they've got the Jing Shen again, but also coupled on top of that, I think Ares and Jing Shen are probably the 2 gods that I'll most like to see used in combination. Hastrix going deep, looking for Kazbu in trouble. No, he's going to live through that one. But just a whirlwind of Rage and Steel, combined with a no escape, combined with any chains there is can get down. There is no safe time for beads to be down from Losing Road. They go on towards Zada.
Zada taking 1 step out of position and instantly just blown up. Trying to throw his ultimate to salvage something, but he's just going to be taken out pretty much for free there. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of things that Losing Road needs to be aware of. They need to be able to beads from Team Illusion. Whirlwind and Sage, that's an ultimate you need to have beads for. You need beads for no escape. You need beads for fear no evil. If they're using these ultimates effectively on cooldown, they're going to catch people out without their beads. As we see a 1v1 in the duo lane here, Kaspanify and Kirko pretty much trading even for evenly. Sam's a little bit too early there with the no escape, does not manage to land it. He finds himself out of position, being shredded by Frizz damage. Resu coming in with a good fear no evil to split them off and keep Samsa alive for a little bit. Kirko coming in, he's going to knock up Creed, who is also teleported over from the solo lane. But this looks like it's going to be the end of this little skirmish here. Couple ultimates used, no deaths on either side. Both teams just going to head back to farming. Hestrix actually pushing the aggression a little bit onto this side. Resu able to leap away as this mid-camp spawn. He's going to look to just farm this up.
Yeah, Kazbu's thinking about going in here. We'll get the hook shot down.
From the back.
Yeah, that's worrying. Zeta did get a nice ultimate off. The Whirlwind of Rage and Steel beats down on multiple sides of things. Samsa just rejoining at the end there. He did get out with a sliver of health, and that's all down to Resu, and again, it's just managing those health bars as a resource. It's yeah, sure, it's your life bar, it's the thing that's keeping you alive, but managing it as a resource as they have this game, the way that Resu just saved Samsa multiple other times in this game, it is just absolutely phenomenal, and the coordination on much more on point this time around from Illusion.
Yeah, I'm really definitely liking the way Illusion's working together to use all their ultimates in conjunction. They're gonna, mark my words, they're gonna find a couple of big ultimates here, as a lot of these rank 1 beats have gone down on the side of Losing Road.
That ultimate cooldown as well from Kazpoo, it is really, really low. So his and Samsa's ultimates are going to be up a lot more frequently than Bede's timers will be, especially if you get some CDR onto both of them. And,
yeah.
Well...
Kazpoo has elected to pretty much rush full CDR, so that's going to be 40% CDR on a 100 per second cooldown for Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, bringing it down to 60 seconds instead. Much more threatening in team fights. It's going to be up pretty much every fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also the fact that it's up half the cooldown of Beads. Look over towards the left-hand side of things, Kirko is going to jump away from Unarity, really wanting to get on towards him, but now take a look at mid lane, take a look at where Hestrix is. Actually, he's rotating towards the duo, he wants to go super aggressive.
Yep, 3-man grouping coming out, looking like they want to back up a lot. The ward coverage at the moment is in favor of Illusion. They have 2 sentry wards around the gold period. It looks like one may have just been cleaned up by Resu there on the Hunt Bats, as they elect to just fall back, clean up their purple buff, and head back to lane.
Whoa, Creed really didn't want Kazpoo going base there on the right-hand side of things. Oh, ultimate down, Resu just gets eaten, and it's eaten is the correct term. Hestrix just chomped on him.
Yeah, again there, Kaspanify, he didn't get shaken by the fact that he was sitting at about 25% health. He just stayed strong, kept dumping his damage in, and came out on top in that one. That's another great job there.
Oh, Unarity gets the taunt crucially on Zada. Zada immediately beats out of that one. Was not waiting for it to go off. So the teleport in it was, I believe, from Creed. So he's now joined this fight. We've got 4 members from the side of Illusion because the 5th is dead for a little while longer. Resu's going to race over here. They really want to contest this Gold Fury.
Yeah, especially having already burned a teleport, it's important that they get something out of this at least. Creed could have been pushing the tier 2 over there, but he chose to teleport over here. Illusion winning the vision battle around here. They have 3 sentries on gold and 1 over on the right mid-side camp, as opposed to Losing Road, who has just 1 on their duo side purple buff.
Take a look at Unarity's build path at this point in time as well. He's opted to go for a very, very early full-on Shell of Absorption because his team just needs it. There is so much damage. Have a look down the roster of Team Illusion. Samsa and Kazpoo. They're both on characters that are going to be very, very beefy come late game, but the amount of base damage, we talked about Kazpoo's on the Xingqian a little bit earlier, but remember Samsa's on Ares as well. If you want tanks that do damage, you pick the right 2. Like, they can just go full on tank, and between the 2 of them, they've essentially got 2 tanks and another carry.
Yeah, those are 2 of my favorite Guardians. I love to play the ones that can put out the damage as well as be in the front line. And like we were saying, since Kazpoo rushed full CDR, he's able to leverage there's just the high base damage that the Guardians kind of have the luxury of having right now in Smite. It's almost a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you build like this if you can just leverage such a high base damage and be tanky and just be able to kind of run around and do whatever you want in these fights?
And the other cool thing you can kind of do with both of these gods as well is that you can just rush an early Spear of the Mages, and your mid lane has just got a free max pen coming from a spear. Doesn't need to go for any pen, can just focus on going pure damage if he needs to, or he can just pick up a shard.
Obsidian shard, yeah, that'll provide a lot of percentage-based pen on top of that Spear of the Magus. That's a good point. I like, because both of these Guardians are dot damage-based Guardians, able to effectively stack up Spear of the Magus very quickly.
Yeah, and from both of them as well, it's not just one ability, right? Furious Roar from Xingqian and the Chains from Samsa, both very good dots, but then also the Searing Flesh coming through as well from Samsa does a really nice amount of damage, and Kazpoo's got the hook shot, he's also got the Sky Cutting Axe, so, you know, there's a lot for him. Also, the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel proccing multiple times, I think, as well. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, as if that wasn't enough, then getting thrown into a Zeus ultimate with all your protection shredded, that's going to be a rough day.
Oh, and a gem of isolation on Zeus as well. Oh man, he's tanky and he does more damage. This is just silly.
Yeah, that's going to provide a lot of control from that huge lightning storm ultimate coming out from Zeus. He's going to, on top of the chain lightning slow, like this is definitely something Losing Road has to be aware of. Maybe elect one of the two of them to go into a heavenly agility to kind of nullify the effects of this gem.
Yeah, potentially opt for that one coming out as Caspainofi, but then again, he's got the ultimate to really deal with multiples of the cooldown, so it potentially couldn't be him. The only other space right now would be on the side of, excuse me, Hestrix would be the only one really able to get that, because every other slot's been picked up and filled.
They all
so
need beads. quick 5 beads coming out. That's a good call, though. There's so much CZ on the side of Illusion. As we see a 4-man grouping for these mid camps here. Team Illusion actually, I think they got both of them. As the taunt comes out, the leap comes through. No escape onto 4, but he's going to be picked off so quick. Fear No Evil is going to be brought in to seal the deal. Most of the Sunbreaker is also going to be dropped. A lot of huge circle ultimates coming through. Illusion trying to press forward. Hestrix able to find the kill with a return found on Unarity from Zeus. He's dumping as much damage into he can. Zada with the double kill. Almost got taken out by Freya there. He needs to be careful.
Oh!
One shot by Freya. Caspanify. Hook slammed. But Hestrix is able to come in and continue to box this out with Kazpu. We still have Freed and Kurko going in the mid lane here. She's going to be able to beads this out. Cleaning up who he's trying to get around the tower. But yeah, just like last game, that was a great fight. But it's so splintered. Everyone is just split up. Illusion is able to take that 3 for 3 in the end.
Man, look at that. Just look at it, like total 2 opposite directions. And Bologna's damage is just stupid. That hammer's slapping you for so much.
Yeah, that fight started at the left mid camp, ended up getting splintered. We had 2 people fighting 1v1 under the tier 1, and then all the way down at the red, but the chaos or the order side red buff. Still skirmishing down there. Samsa finding 3 chains and the Searing Flesh onto Creed. I would have liked to see. Oh, Caspu was out of mana. I was wondering why he wasn't following that up. That could have been a potential kill there, but Caspu unfortunately was out of mana. He's going to have to head back to base as we see the Gold Fury swipe from under the noses of Illusion. Yeah.
Wow, that was really well done. Crucially, if Team Illusion can ever get Samsa properly into a fight, if he can get beefy enough, you know, he's obviously going for the Heartwood Talisman now. I really would have liked to have seen that one coming through from Kazpu, and the reason for that is so that Samsa could have gone something like potentially the Breastplate himself, or something like the Mail of Renewal, just something with a lot of stats on it, something they can really use. Even give him the Stone of Gaia. If he got enough gold, if he was getting enough gold in the early game, give him a Mystical Mail as well. Why? Just keep him tanky, keep him in the center of those fights, and keep him firing off those cooldowns. And Kazpu, that way they can also as well, sure, the AoEs coming off items like Sovereignty and Heartward aren't, you know, stupidly strong,
yeah,
when applied to one god, but if you group them, you know, on 4 or 5 gods, and the fact that there's split AoEs as well, so when one god gets removed from a fight, you're not losing that from your entire team, it's phenomenal.
You see a quick pause, but should be unpaused here shortly. Yeah, we're gonna see a quick pause. I'm with you on most of that. I think the problem Illusion might be having right now, as they start to fall behind here, about 4,000 gold. So they got these super strong, high damage Guardians, right? But the games, we're sitting at 22 minutes. It's getting towards the later stages of the game. They need to pass that mantle of responsibility onto their carries. They need to start peeling more for their carries to allow them to just run rampant through the fight. You know, we've seen Zeus has 3 death, Hui has 2. And Hui has no kills. We need to start seeing more peel for him to keep him alive. He's fallen, you know, 2 levels behind his solo laner, and he's barely able to keep up with his duo lane counterpart at this point in the game.
Importantly as well for Kurko, have a look at his build route. Previously, I think he was, no, he wasn't.
See a little
bit
of a 1v1 here. Sunbreaker and Fear No Evil is going to come out. Defender of Olympus is going to try to mitigate most of that, but Samsa did get a chain on Freya before she goes up into the air. Kurko going to be able to stay alive as Rescue finds the kill onto Caspanify there.
Well, they're going to manage to pick that one up. Look at Soul flanking Farrakrick, Creed, they're both here. They both want to get into this fight. Kazfu's also rotated over. Taunt to Samsa. Early focus on towards him, but now look at the jump in from Kazfu. He's a long way in there. Whirlwind of Rage still might have been a good option, but Hastrix deep and on the side would have just dived straight for the backline. So good calls all around to not go into them.
Yep, Illusion able to find a little bit of a win there, grading out 1-0 on Kispanify. Hopefully this will help Huyi catch up a little bit more in this duo lane here. They've elected to stay grouped up as 5 though here, maybe push down this tier 1.
Potentially. Okay, so we were just talking about, just before that went on, actually, Kazfu's going to go on looking for Unarity. He can tank up this tower for a long time. Coco goes backside. Sorry, Coco is getting focused out as Hastrix went backside. He's got the Aegis. He's trying to keep himself alive. Fear no evil on towards Creed. They're going to dump down. Coco just eaten alive by the composition coming out of Losing Road. Hastrix gets Samsa. Farrakrick on Resu. Finally a kill back in the favor of Illusion, but look at the health bars. There's nothing to speak of. Kazfu's just going to run away. He's got enough escapes, so at least he will get away, but Losing Road turned it around underneath their tower.
Phenomenal team fight, phenomenal tower defense coming out from Losing Road. They're able to trade out 4 for 1, and they only had to dump their Guardian there. We saw Farrakrick do huge damage there with his solar flare ability there, shredding through so much of the HP bars of Team Illusion.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned it earlier. It's time for that mantle to be shifted over from the Guardians on towards the carries, and this is where I was getting with these build paths. Have a look at Kirko's build. Last game that we did see Huyi in, you know, we were seeing straight into the execution. A Fire Giant actually on the table. Athena's ulted in. This is getting low. Kazfu wants to go in. He's gotten taunted out. That's a really good taunt. Really good timing on that one from Unarity, and now he's forced to run away. Banish is going to prevent him from doing that. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel grabs almost all of them, and they're looking for the wombo combo. Kazfu in trouble. Will live a little while longer. Gonna hide in behind that speed buff, but not long enough, because Spanify is doing a nice amount of damage. Look at the Fear No Evil, though. He's in trouble now. Unarity goes backline, and now it's going to be Samsa that's in a lot of trouble. Backed in against that wall. Nowhere he can run to, and that means the disengage comes through.
Yeah, great fight coming out there from both teams. Unfortunately, Illusion was just a little bit out of position. They weren't quite ready to take that fight, and they had no choice, though. They had to contest the Fire Giant. They couldn't give it away for free. They're going to get punished here a little bit, losing their Tier 1 in mid lane, and they're going to turn their sights to the Tier 2 very quickly thereafter. Taunt coming out onto 2, late beads coming out from Zada. I don't know if that was worth beadsing, as there was no follow-up in position here. They're going to clean up this tower for free. They might look to the Phoenix. No, they're going to head on over to the right lane, looking to clean up that tower. These towers are worth a lot of gold. These are essentially gold furies that they're taking. They think of it as they just took a gold fury mid, and they're taking a gold fury on right. This is going to really throw the lead even further into Losing Road's favor.
Yeah, and Illusion are going to be a lot more careful with how they go into that next fight. You know, already got a little bit focused out there. Resu might jump on towards him, does hop the wall, now decides to do it. Sacred Monkey down, won't teleport to it.
Defender, yeah, Defender of Olympus is up. This isn't worth dumping a lot of cooldowns into right now. Taking a look at the graphs after all of that, we see a 10,000 gold. They have hit that critical mass mark of 10,000 in the favor of Losing Road. This is kind of the point where the game's really in your favor at this point. You're controlling the pace. They control most of the map. They just took 2 tier 2s. They're taking this Gold Fury for free. No contestation coming out from the side of Team Illusion. No wards. They don't even have an idea this just happened.
Well, they're going to find out right now because Losing Road just walked around the corner. Hastrix was looking for something, didn't find what he was looking for, but Zada's going to start to get focused out by Creed, forced to try and save him. Kazfu will drop the ultimate surely in a moment. Zada's in a lot of trouble, gets the ultimate off, doesn't quite have an Aegis to save him this time around. But now, where do they go from here? Because the rest of the team disengaged, and there was some nice damage at least put out by Zada before he died.
Yeah, we're going to see a quick pause here come out. We'll get back to the game shortly. Taking a look over at our builds here, they really were able to split up that team fight and then drop the Zeus ultimate kind of in the middle, but it just wasn't enough. I don't know if the Gem of Isolation is really providing the control that he wanted with that.
I kind of feel as well, like the Gem of Isolation, yeah, sure, it's a nice idea, you're really looking for those slows, but the Spear of the Mages, I think that needed to be where the gem was. yeah, I think the gem is a great idea. I just think that the Spear of the Magus is probably a more important factor.
Yeah, we see Samson blink in here, get a good no escape on the 3, but everyone's able to beads out of it. Got Fenrir going real deep here, picks someone up on his way out of the Phoenix, dropping Samson back into Phoenix range. Hopefully his team can clean up the Phoenix. Has just been taken down. They're all going to collapse onto Samson now. He's going to fall shortly thereafter. Kirko also being CC'd heavily. He was able to get back into his well, fortunately, to heal up, but they're just going to turn their sights quickly over to the middle lane Phoenix, blowing this up before Illusion is even able to get in position to defend it.
Yeah, but now looking towards the right-hand side, Phoenix Kazbu's really trying to do what he can. Kirko, no health bar to speak of, still manages to get out. Unarity's dropping his ultimate to try and keep Creed alive, but that third Phoenix, it falls. And that means there's not a single structure left for Team Illusion. Bar their Titan, they've got to defend to the last now, but what can they do on the outskirts?
Yeah, we were kind of hating on this on Soul's Ultimate, saying it's a little bit underwhelming as we see Resu get taunted out of his Fear No Evil, effectively negating what that did to Ferricrik, but they're in position to collapse on him here. Hopefully just blowing him up. Yep, the Monkey Bounce is going to be able to pick him up. Good Eagles rally following it up here on Zada, who is very low health. He's likely to fall short after that Aegis expires. Kispanify's up in the air, raining down damage onto Resu. Alexa just switched. Oh, the Monkey Bounce unfortunately bounces him right into the cannon that is Freya late game, who picks up her double kill, looking to make this into a triple. Great no escape, stunning 4, unfortunately, with no fallout. The Sunbreaker, yep, Sponify is going to be able to get his unofficial triple there. He is still just chunking through. Athena getting really low, going to be able to dash out here. It's a long extended engagement. Great stun coming out from Unbound. Caspanify, again, unofficial Quadra. Going to continue to press forward here. Athena coming back in here. She is just chunking through this Guardian. Her defenses mean nothing. That's an unofficial Penna right there. We just saw the unofficial Penna come out from Caspanify on Freya. Great high damage character being able to just blast through the whole team if left unchecked. They're going to just collapse on the Titan and end this game right then and there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will lock in Losing Road to move forward into the final 4 of your EU Challenger Cup full split, and as far as I know, I'm pretty sure that locks us up with the 4 final teams, essentially, so...
But that Penna, though...
That unofficial Penta.
The unofficial Penna, boys.
Penta. But,
that's still pretty hype, because Fanify able to take down all 5 members, getting the killing blow on Team Illusion there. Great games, though, coming out from both teams.
Yeah. Same comp though. The problems for me for Team Illusion is that they ran almost an identical comp with very, very similar sort of things. They're looking for big circle ultimates. They've got Xing Shan to set it up. They've got Ares to set it up. Hun Batz is also there to sort of zone in. They've got these big CC ultimates. And Zeus and Huyi never really get into penetration until it's way too late. When does Huyi really hit his straps and work successfully? Soul Eater, straight into Executioner. Forget that Ichival. It's not doing enough for you. You need that penetration coming through from the Executioner to make that ultimate worth it. Zeus, you need exactly the same thing. It's nice that you want people to sit in your ult for a lot longer, but that Spear of the Mages is going to do 10 times more, and I think that's the turning point of the match.
Yeah, Losing Road doing a great job splitting up the team fight. Kind of same story that happened to Illusion last game. Their team almost just got splintered up. They have great ults when synergized together. We saw them win a lot of fights when they were just focusing on targets together. But in the end, Losing Road able to execute a little bit better than Team Illusion, finding their win here.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for Team Illusion as well that game is going to be what knocks them out. They played well, like their early fights, the early rotations around. Again, I'm putting it down to a little bit of item builds. They might, personally, they know this stuff better than me. They're playing in the Challenger Cup. I'm not playing in the Challenger Cup. I'm just sitting here talking about them playing in the Challenger Cup. But when you look at how important it was, when you look at where the damage was coming out and what items sort of statistics that they were going towards, it really, really felt like they just lacked that oomph. You know, their spells really lack that oomph. Have a look at Kazbu. He's now picked up a Gem of Isolation as well towards the back end of that build. That's phenomenal. You've got a Gem of Isolation there. Why has Zeus got one as well? I really don't see the point of double stacking on items like this. And, I mean, I'm continuing to talk about it, but that's how important I really think it is.
I totally agree with you. I don't see the need for two. We definitely would have rather have seen the Spear of the Magus come out. But it is what it is. Both teams, they came out, they came to play, they did their best. But in the end, it was Team Losing Row that was able to come in knockout today. So we'll go ahead and throw you guys to the weight screen here. I'll be back for the next game, and Shadow Boy will be joining me for the next game here. So don't go anywhere. Go watch the Xbox tournament that is over on the main Smite Game channel right now. Be sure to tune back in as we get this next game started up for you here shortly.